Let's look at what this ancient art form teaches us about life. Kintsugi is a Japanese art form of repairing broken pottery using lacquer, which is a type of resin, mixed with powdered gold, silver, or platinum. It is the transformation of something broken into something beautiful and better. Kin, meaning gold, and tsugi, meaning joinery, literally means golden joinery. Let me tell you a little story. In the 15th century, Ashikaga Yoshimasa, a shogun of Japan, who's the military dictator, accidentally broke his favorite tea bowl, and he sent the broken pieces of this tea bowl to China for repairs. But the Chinese did a very shoddy job. They had put the pieces back together using metal staples, and the shogun didn't quite like what the Chinese had done to his favorite tea bowl. So he gave this to the Japanese craftsmen, and they joined it together using gold and lacquer. And that is how Kintsugi was born. This may be just an art form for starters, but over the years it has turned into a Buddhist Zen philosophy. To understand this philosophy and what it teaches us about life, we must look closely at the different aspects of this joining procedure. Consider yourself to be this vessel, this bowl. Sometimes we go through struggles in life that break us, that make it hard for us to recover from. People change after facing hardships, but how they change depends on them. When we're in such a situation, we forget the person that we were. We focus more on the broken pieces and what went wrong. But fixing this bowl, that is yourself, should take precedence over the force of destruction, which is the second aspect of this procedure. Traditionally, Kintsugi was a repair method, but over the years it has developed into an art form where ceramics are broken on purpose to join together more beautifully using gold and lacquer. So for ease of interpretation, we take the hammer as the external force that causes the breaking of the pieces. It is an external force beyond our control. We must see the hammer as an agent that brings about a change in us. Instead of thinking of it as a cause of destruction, we should think of it as a tool to recreate and rebuild. So when we find ourselves in a hard situation, instead of thinking about the damage, a better approach would be to think about how I can use this to become a better version of myself. Let's move on to the next aspect. The broken pieces represent our will, our patience, our mindset, and our emotions during tough times. This is the time to individually observe each piece and analyze it before rushing to fix it. Until this step is thoroughly completed, you will not be able to put the pieces back together properly. Similarly, until and unless you don't analyze yourself and the situation you're in, you will not be able to pull yourself back up. This is where you decide how you will build yourself back up. Let's move on. The next component of this procedure is the glue. Before the gold lacquer is added to the bowl, the pieces are stuck together using glue. The glue is the messy part. It is also the part that requires maximum effort and precision. Our principles, values, and beliefs are the glue that hold us together. This could also be the support and love of near and dear ones. Once this step is done, the bowl is whole again, but it is still fragile. This fragility is sealed when the mixture of gold and lacquer is added on top of the cracks to cover it. Not cover it, highlight it. The cracks that are visible after making the bowl whole again are a symbol of the journey of your life. The cracks illustrate the knowledge gained, the experiences gained, the wisdom gained, and the hardships that you have stood through to reach this stage. After this, the vessel needs some breathing time for the glue to set, to become stronger at the places that it was broken. I guess this is why they say time heals. Now let's move on to the last aspect. No two bowls are the same. Similarly, no two people are the same. Each person has their own unique story to tell. The gold is the final step that's added in this procedure. It's the most valuable element that makes this vessel whole again. The gold represents embracing this new version of yourself, embracing the imperfection. The gold is what highlights your story, how you lifted yourself up when you were down and beat and transformed into a better version of yourself. As Ernest Hemingway said, the world breaks everyone, but afterwards, many are strong at the broken places. As a philosophy, Kintsugi teaches us that the past of an object or a person is not something to hide, disguise, or be ashamed of. It makes us and shapes us into who we are today. The important lesson is to not throw away the broken pieces, our love, our happiness, our will, but to use it to become better versions of ourselves. The intrinsic value doesn't lessen because of this brokenness. In fact, it appreciates because it gives way to acceptance. In a world obsessed with perfection and flawlessness, embracing the flaws can be a freeing and integral learning experience. Hi! Thank you so much for watching today's video. I hope you found it interesting and valuable. If you liked the video, click that thumbs up button down below. And yes, comment and share, and don't forget to subscribe. I'll see you in the next one.